When we look deep into the world of female psychology, we uncover something fascinating. Attraction is rarely about surface beauty or youth alone. It's about energy, security, understanding, and emotional maturity. Younger women are not always seeking older men for material reasons. More often, they are subconsciously drawn toward traits that offer psychological safety and balance. An older man brings something very few younger men can: emotional regulation. He doesn't react impulsively. He responds thoughtfully. He doesn't chase attention. He creates connection. This maturity gives younger women a sense of grounding, a feeling that they can be vulnerable, expressive, and understood. In today's world, where superficial attraction fades fast, emotional intelligence becomes gold. Older men tend to have a deep awareness of what truly matters: respect, boundaries, patience, and presence. They've lived enough to know that love isn't just about chemistry. It's about consistency. And younger women, especially those emotionally aware, crave this kind of dependable affection. Another psychological factor is security, not just financial, but emotional. A woman's heart seeks a home, a space where she feels seen and safe. Older men, through experience, have learned how to create that home. Their confidence is quiet, not loud. Their words carry reassurance, not confusion. And that kind of energy is magnetic to a younger woman who desires maturity rather than chaos. Then comes mentorship and growth, something that shapes attraction beyond romance. Many younger women see older men as a symbol of experience and knowledge. They admire how he handles challenges, speaks with depth, and carries a sense of direction. This admiration is not about dependency. It's about inspiration. It's about wanting to learn, evolve, and become the best version of oneself. From a psychological standpoint, attraction often mirrors unmet needs. A younger woman who grew up surrounded by instability might subconsciously seek an older man for his calmness and assurance. It's not about the number of years. It's about the emotional climate he provides. He becomes the emotional anchor she never had, not by control, but through presence and understanding. Moreover, older men are less likely to play games. They value peace over ego, communication over silence, and honesty over manipulation. They know love is not a battlefield. It's a bond that needs maturity to sustain. This emotional steadiness attracts younger women who have outgrown immature patterns and want a deeper connection. Physiologically, too, women tend to value traits associated with leadership, wisdom, and protection, qualities more developed with age. The brain responds to safety, reliability, and calm tones, all of which older men naturally project. So, what seems like a romantic choice is, in fact, a psychological alignment. At the heart of it, the attraction is not about age difference, it's about energy difference. Younger women are drawn to older men who exude calm dominance, confidence, and emotional understanding. These men embody the rare blend of strength and softness, a balance that speaks to a woman's emotional core. In the end, love between a younger woman and when it comes to female psychology, maturity stands as one of the strongest pillars of attraction. Younger women often find themselves drawn toward older men not because of material advantage, but because maturity represents something deeply comforting and stable in the female subconscious. Maturity is not about age. It is about awareness, control, and emotional intelligence. It's the ability to stay calm when others panic, to listen when others argue, and to lead with wisdom instead of ego. For a younger woman, the emotional world can be complex. She is still exploring herself, her dreams, her fears, her identity. In that journey, she naturally craves someone who can understand her emotions without judgment, someone who won't make her feel small for being sensitive or expressive. An older man, refined by experience, offers that emotional maturity. He doesn't dismiss her feelings. He decodes them. He doesn't compete with her energy. He balances it. This emotional balance becomes a form of protection, a quiet kind of strength that women find irresistible. Psychologically, maturity signals safety and predictability. When a woman senses that a man has control over his impulses, words, and actions, she feels secure in opening up. Unlike younger men who might get defensive or play emotional games, mature men show steadiness. They don't react just to prove themselves. They respond to connect. That sense of emotional consistency allows a woman to relax into the relationship without fear of chaos. Another aspect of maturity that attracts younger women is clarity of purpose. Older men often know who they are and what they want. They have learned the value of peace over drama, truth over deception, and depth over superficial validation. This clear sense of identity is magnetic to a younger woman who might still be surrounded by confusion and emotional immaturity in her peer circle. When she encounters a man who doesn't need to pretend, who listens more than he talks, and who acts more than he promises, her mind recognizes something rare, a sense of direction. Moreover, maturity creates emotional intimacy without force. Older men are often better at communicating feelings, understanding timing, and respecting boundaries. They've learned that connection isn't built by control, but by trust. They know that a woman doesn't need to be handled. She needs to be understood. This emotional patience allows love to grow naturally rather than being rushed or pressured. In essence, the reason maturity attracts is simple. It provides peace in a world full of noise. Younger women crave stability in a generation obsessed with speed. They admire a man who doesn't panic under pressure, who speaks with calmness, and who understands emotions instead of avoiding them. Such maturity makes her feel emotionally safe, valued, and respected. So when people say younger women prefer older men, the truth is, they prefer maturity over mystery. The kind of maturity that listens with empathy, leads with wisdom, and loves without fear. Older man isn't about the years between them. It's about the depth they share. She is not chasing his age. She's drawn to his awareness. She's not in love with his past. She's inspired by his peace. Because